Hey guys, Billy Ephart here. Listen, thanks for tuning in to the vlog. And also, if you have any questions, make sure you write comments or questions in. And if you like it, hit like. And if you like to share it with someone else, just hit share. We would appreciate that. It says, how much of your income should you put towards social impact? And so one of the truth of the matter is that all of us in our life, it's good for us to be givers. And you know, I use the analogy of the Dead Sea. That Dead Sea only has water coming into it and it has no water going out of it. Because of that, of course, it's very salty and nothing can live or exist in the Dead Sea simply because of the salt that's in it. So in other words, for us to maintain, I believe, good health in our life, we need to have water or income streams coming into our life, but we also need to have some giving streams that are actually going out of our life. So in other words, it keeps us fresh. Plus, it allows us and helps us make an impact. So one of the guidelines that even many secular writers use, but also is found in the Old Testament, as well as the word tithe is found in the New Testament, that is the word tithe. The word tithe is really an Old English word, which literally means 10%. So one guideline is that you always have 10% going out of your life. You have the income streams coming into your life, but you always have something going out. And the minimum that the Bible really talks about, and even secular writers talk about, is that guideline of 10%. Now, many people have much more than 10% going out. If you take Warren Buffett and Bill Gates, where they did the pact with many of the wealthiest people in America and in some other countries, was in some cases they were giving 100% of their wealth away. Some of them were at 50%. But the point is, I tell the story of Andrew Carnegie. Of course, he was the great steel magnate at the turn of the century. He says, I want to spend the first half of my life accumulating money. I want to spend the second half of my life giving it all away. Well, one thing I want to say to you is that you don't have to wait till you accumulate a lot of money to be able to be a giver. You should start at where you are. And I'm going to tell you something that I believe is kind of a secret sauce on learning how to give. Is one, you should learn how to give from your income. And that means, you know, as we teach, when we talk about the triple X factor, the first kind of income, of course, would be job income. You work, you get paid. Learn to give at least 10% out of your life from your job income. But then another level of giving, and where most philanthropy really happens, is when you actually give out of your wealth. And that's when you're able to give larger chunks of money. Now, those watching say, well, right now I don't have any wealth, then it's good to be a giver out of your income. But then those who may be watching that you've accumulated some wealth, learn to also give out of your wealth as well, because in both instances, your income, for example, you work, you get paid, your income gets blessed, and your store of wealth, if you give out of it in a prudent way, your store of wealth also gets blessed. So you're getting blessed on both sides. In other words, you're blessed to be a blessing. And so now I have a scripture here that I want to share. This is from the New Testament, and it says, give. And actually, it's in Luke chapter 6 and verse 38, and I'm reading it from a translation of the Bible called the Amplified Classic. And it says, give and gifts will be given to you, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will they pour into the pouch formed by the bosom of your robe and used as a bag. For with the measure you deal out, with the measure you use when you confer benefits to others, it will be measured back to you. Wow. So that pouch, of course, that it's talking about in the robe, is what they would use many times when they would put grain. They would use their robe in the pouch that was formed to actually carry grain. In this case, as we use this as an example, that as you learn to give, then gifts will be given to you. And the promise is it's actually going to shake it together, press it down, and it's still going to run over in your life if you learn to be a giver. And then it says this, and with the measure you use when you confer benefits on others. I love it, for example, because we have a bank in Africa. I love it when we go and help people both in our giving as well as our investing. We're conferring benefits on others. And it's amazing to see how the blessings come back to us. So the guideline is, I believe, going out of your life, no matter what level you are in your income or in your wealth building, the percentages, of course, apply, because if someone only is making $100, a week, they can give out of that $100. If they're making $1,000 a week, it's all the same relative to the percentage. And because of that, it's a good guideline to go by. So this is Billy Applehart. Hey, thanks for watching. I'll see you right back here on another vlog. Bye-bye.